Do you understand why the campaigners can't seem to take a rest?
I understand. I've said it before that if anything will cause me to leave this country, it will be irresponsible mining. And let's not take it for granted. The biggest threat to Ghana's economy is irresponsible mining.
Explain that.
The biggest threat to our very economic survivability is irresponsible mining. And I want to appeal to the president. I know he wants to leave a legacy. That legacy must be linked to restoration of our ecological sustainability. He can't run away from that. Look, I am expecting, going forward, that the world will begin to boycott our gold. Because this is blood gold. This is blood gold. We are talking about green gold. The world is moving more towards sustainability. Of course, I understand that given the stage of our development, we need to balance how the extent to which we move on the path of sustainability, green economy, energy transition, and all of that. But this is not a good balance. This is an intentional drive of creating existential threat that is much closer than perhaps anyone would think. And it is not out of proportion when people are concerned. Because you know something, the economy can never exist outside the environment. In fact, there's a reason why if you look at the Sustainable Development Goals, everything is linked to sustainability. Whether you look at it from poverty reduction, narrowing inequality, and all of that. In fact, there is a reason why, for a long time, when we talk about peace, they are associated with marketing, 7 Ps, 5 Ps. But we talk about peace in development now because the understanding is that development must meet the 5 Ps. What are the 5 Ps? It must preserve the planet Earth. So any growth process that does not substantially preserve our planet Earth is not sustainable. And the drive is that we should be moving away from environmentally destructive growth model to a more sustainable one. How do you achieve that? You achieve that by developing innovative, generative ideas that leverages on your finite natural resources to a more sustainable growth. But we are not doing that. And we are saying that development must be about the people. It must reflect peace and all of that. Unfortunately, we have taken a path. And you see, it's not just our economy. We need to solve or deal with irresponsible mining even as a way of preserving our democracy. The integrity of our democracy is at risk. Of course, I can understand the interplay between political party financing and all of that. So if you look at the complex nature of this, perhaps is the reason why politicians are more effective in opposition trying to deal with this because they identify with ordinary Ghanaians. Probably they hope that will benefit them. Then when they have enjoyed the benefit of that, they come to power and it seems like things have changed overnight.
The claim is that this government is only 6 months in office and they have shown promise. They have cracked down, they've done a lot of things. Hanabisu, you saw there, literally put her life, in harm's way, herself in harm's way, trying to help in this process. The IGP, as Erastus Asaredonko updates us, is appearing to do quite a great job in, raiding community by community.
Samson, we are not ungrateful people. When we see good, we can see. When we see genuine intention backed by action, I think we can see. So far, if you look at the other indicators, and I have said it, that the economy is rebounding strongly. You look at the aggressive strengthening of the currency, of course, we could have reservations about the pace. You look at Fitch rating. I was actually expecting this much earlier, okay? And if you look at the kind of leadership the president has put on the table, I think that gives confidence to the Minister of Finance and the Governor of Bank of Ghana. I respect the president for that. In fact, Samson, it was the reason why I supported the 1 Ghana cedi levy. I looked at the dynamic. I said, look, if you have a good CEO with a good plan, you need to support him with resources to deliver on that. It was the reason why I supported that. So I congratulate the president on those lines. But, Mr. President, when it comes to how you are dealing with irresponsible mining, I am afraid I am not with you. And something, yes, 6 months is too short. But you know what? 6 months has also been long enough for the president to demonstrate. Do we need like 3 years to declare state of emergency? How many years do we need to repeal the LI, which they all agreed in opposition that it ought to go? And so it's not like we are ungrateful. It's not like we don't appreciate what the president is doing. But what we also know is that if the president demonstrates the same level of leadership we have seen in other areas of the economy, we will see better results.
Okay.